to the Beard Bros podcast. Today's guest is Courtney. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Hi.
How are you doing today?
Doing good.
You doing good? It's Friday. Kind of got the Friday thing going on for October. First Friday of October.
I know. I feel this is like an everyday wear though.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so tell us about yourself. I want to know. You say that's an everyday wear.
Yeah.
So how does that go into your daily life? How's that work?
So like, I don't know. Growing up, I always done this stuff. Like even as a kid, but like in elementary, middle school, people hated it.
Really?
Yeah. So
what'd you do? Like,
I would wear cat ears, vampire teeth, and I would wear arm socks. I wear a lot of black makeup. You know, I love to dress up, and people didn't. I don't know. They branded me as emo or goth.
I mean, I guess that kind of seems around
I didn't know what that was.
Oh, okay. So you were just basically being yourself,
yeah.
But others kind of labeled you as gothic or something.
Yeah.
And what do you label it? What do you think you're doing? Just being normal?
Yeah, this was more of like I had a very hard childhood in a way.
Okay.
But I turned it more into fun because I fell in love with horror movies while I was being babysat and stuff. Other people watch Disney. I was just like, no, I want to watch The Blob and Critters and a creep show.
So
they watch it till the day.
I wanna. Let's start there. Okay. I like scary stuff, but I'm not scared.
Yeah, same.
Really? So do you believe in ghosts?
I do. Like, it's so weird because, like, I seen them growing up. Still today.
Really? You've
Yeah.
seen ghosts?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
I gotta go.
No, this is good.
I'm all gonna summon one up. No,
We're gonna have to. That's for another episode.
Oh no, never for an episode. I'm good on that. Y'all can do it.
I'm all. We can invite my friend Eden. I'm all. Me and her. We both pay.
Is this a ghost of yours?
This?
Or is that an actual person?
Eden.
No. Eden, me and her are like best friends.
Okay. Okay. I was like,
she's gonna invite. I'm like, whoever Eden is, I don't fall apart. I'm good.
No, I mean that's cool. We've not gotten into the ghosting, sort of, kind of,
yeah, we
but
it.
not to the point of you say you still see ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, when you say you see ghosts, what is it that you see?
I think the main one I see is like my great grandma.
Okay.
Like she passed away before I really got to have like anything to do with her. Well, like got to know her because she ended up being like dementia and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
So like my mom like promised her before she got that you know she wanted to remember her exactly like how she was. So she stayed away from her, but we still had a bond in a way. But now it's like whenever I was younger, I would see her. I didn't know who it was. I would get scared and run away. Oh. And then when I got older, she finally told me that like, you know, that she could see and do stuff that I could do. Like as soon as I became 21, that's whenever I found out. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah. So I still see her every now and then.
Oh,
what's
wow.
she doing? Should we kick them?
Yeah, she just kicks it. She lets me know if I'm doing good. She's the one that actually told me like stay on a good path or I wouldn't be doing the stuff that I'm doing today.
Really?
So yeah, she makes sure.
So you even communicate with her?
In a way, yeah.
In a way. So good.
My question was like, do you go to hospitals to see like random ass cheeks of ghosts?
No. Like certain places, like I remember we went to the abandoned missile silos, right?
Oh, okay.
That thing followed me home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was
I've
terrifying.
been to a few of those myself. I've not been followed home.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going back now.
Yeah, no, don't.
Do you want to kind of elaborate on that story?
Yeah, totally.
What happened?
Okay.
Start from the beginning. You don't have to name names, but let's say group of you.
Yeah, there's 4 of us.
Okay.
And we all decided to go. I was the only one that was like, I don't want to go. Got a bad feeling. As soon as we got there, got the bad feeling. And then as soon as we go down into it, you know, everyone's like first instinct, you think there's something following you. Me, I could feel it. So it was so like spooky. And then not only that, but like, you know, people go there, they mess with stuff. you know, someone died there, you know, respect it. Other people are like, no, I'm gonna fuck shit up. So.
Oh my goodness.
It's a very angry spirit.
Oh, so you felt
the
this
anger.
vibe.
Yeah, it was awful. So the first time we went, we gotta do a look around. Anytime we went back, there was something blocking the entrance, stopping us from going.
Oh.
So like on 4th of July, like we decided, you know, we can't go in. We're just gonna throw firecrackers. And when we're throwing them, my arm, like my shoulder starts burning, and I thought I caught myself on fire. My friend pulled my shirt down, and there's a huge hand mark just starting to form. So I was like, no, get up, we're leaving. And then...
Oh my goodness.
Is there any bad vibes in here?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No, your guys is more like...
Yeah.
I like to hear.
All right. So, no, that's, I mean, I don't want to say cool because that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's very
It's
interesting.
bizarre.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, like it's interesting because I
he's
know it's
skeptic.
I'm probably
He doesn't believe.
I don't believe in ghosts, and maybe it's I'm not one to go search for ghosts. I'm
Yeah,
not a ghost
something
hunter,
I
but I also have never really experienced anything along those lines, whether it be good or bad.
Yeah.
I mean, even do you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens? I mean, this galaxy is so huge. I can't just like say it's just us out here, you know?
Okay. See, because even when it comes down to aliens, I'm kind of like, I don't think there's aliens.
See, I don't think they're called aliens. I don't know what they're called. I just feel like there has to be something out there, you know?
Right. Even if it's like a little caterpillar.
Yeah,
on Mars.
exactly. Or maybe other
Maybe
people's out
that's
there.
an
Who
alien.
knows?
So, when was the first time you came across a ghost and you knew it was a ghost?
Oh my god. Okay, so this is where I first saw my great grandma.
Okay.
So like me and my sister, she's like a year older than me. She was 5 and I was 4. And my parents, like they knew we went Easter egg hunting, so all the candy, they kept it in the living room because if they heard our doors open, you know, they would know if we're getting candies.
Okay.
Me and my sister thought, okay, we're gonna wake up 6 a.m. and we're gonna do this.
Oh, okay. So make sure they're asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we cracked the door open, and my sister Brittany went running in first, grabbed candy, came running back. And then she did it one more time, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it too. I go running to go get it. I see like this thing coming out from the floor, like, well, not the floor, but like the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
All I see are feet first, and then I see legs, and then I see like this silhouette, like kind of white gown. I dropped the candy, I ran, and I went back to bed. I was like, nope. Nope.
Did you tell your sister? Or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I was in shock. I was like, Brittany!
Oh my goodness. I just could not imagine something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever. Nah, hell no.
At that age, yeah.
Yeah, I think if I was 4, then yeah, I'd probably believe in ghosts.
Yeah, because after that, we saw another thing. That one was freaky. We were like, we were in middle school. So I was 11, my sister was 12. We were on the phone with our friend, and we were on our parents' bed. And when we're on the phone, I see something in the corner of my eye, kind of like peeking its head out from my parents' bed. But I was like, no, nothing's there. Well, then all of a sudden, my sister starts screaming, and she's looking at it. Something told me not to look at it, but she looked at it, and she was just petrified. And I was in shock, so I was just staring forward. I was like, okay, this is how I die.
Oh.
But as soon as my
That's how I die.
as soon as my brother and sister, my other ones came running in, like they just see the blanket being pulled under the bed. But when my sister looked, there's nothing there, and I was just like, yeah, that was our Tuesday.
Oh shit.
That is so wild. I'm not saying you're a liar. I guess for me personally, I guess I'd have to truly experience something.
I don't think I'm gonna experience that.
I don't
I don't
want
think you want to.
I don't think I want to either. I'm just saying.
Never
in order
ask for
to,
it.
No. I'm not asking. I guess just for me, it's hard because I'm one of those see it to believe it
yeah.
kind of people.
She can help you with that.
I can.
Yeah, I got that drift. So. Oh,
I'm gonna let someone something right now,
no,
right here.
We're gonna stay away from that for at least now. So I've always thought about ghosts too. Like even if ghosts were real, like how can something that's manifesting itself into, I don't know, this cloud or whatever you want to kind of make it out to be can be harmful to one. You said you had a handprint during that one incident
Yeah,
at
that
the
one was
silo.
freaky.
Was that your only time ever having like a physical encounter?
No.
No? Has it been worse?
I've had, like, my sister's woken up with bite marks. I've woken up with scratch marks, bruises. It's weird. But that's when we were younger. Now that I'm older, the thing I used to see, he's not so scary.
Okay. And is this a normal? Like you say, see.
Well,
as
like,
in, like you still see it.
yeah,
or
like
him.
that thing I would see. It was at this house that I like grew up at, but it's still there. But it's not as intimidating as it was when I was little. Now when I see it, I'm just like,
What's it look like?
okay, all white. It kind of looked like Michael Myers in a way.
I'd be scared too. For
Yeah,
that.
I was terrified because Michael Myers was my boy. So like when I looked, this thing was like pure white, like no eyes, no nothing, and just black hair. Just that's all. The only color was black hair. That's it. But it was freaky.
What the
I
heck?
couldn't even picture that.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think a ghost is? Is it mainly just spirits of a past person?
See, like those things I would see. I don't know what those were. All I knew is that those things just scared me. So I couldn't say if it was a demon or anything, or I just knew it was just something that like just had bad energy. So I was just like, I just stayed away from it, prayed against it, and then the spirits and stuff, the ones that I can like communicate with, they're more of like family. Sometimes like when people pass away, they'll come and visit me in my dreams, and then they'll like tell me stuff like somebody told me that they were gonna have a baby, and I woke up and I told everybody, I was just like, this person's pregnant, or you know, they're gonna have a kid. No one believed me, and then one day I was in the shower, and as soon as I got out of the shower, my biggest fear, I hear a baby cry in the same room as me, and there's no baby in that house. And then the next day I find out that that person did have a baby, and the baby was born that same night. It was freaky.
So you can tell the future?
I guess, in a
I
way.
mean, like that kind of
Yeah.
just.
If you ever have dreams about the Beard Bros, let us know what's going on in that.
I'm on, definitely.
Oh man, I can't think how I would react to something
I
like
can't
that.
remember my dream shit.
No, I
Shoot,
remember
those type of
dreams.
dreams?
Yeah, I think that's. What? Okay, so what do you think a dream is? Have you ever thought about that?
It's-
I don't know. I think it's just like, because me, when I normally dream, I love my dreams. But sometimes, like, I'll have dreams and then I'll end up in those spots. And I'm just like, I'll freak out and be like, this is what I saw.
Is that kind of a sense of deja vu?
In a way, but at the same time, when my grandma did visit me, she did tell me that, like, I could do the same thing she can. So in a way, it's like manifestation, and then also too, it's like, I guess you can in a way see into the future, but it's just you. At first, you think it's a dream, and then you see it in person, and you're like, oh crap, I could have prevented this, or you either like where it's going.
Huh. And you say your grandma said that you could do what she does. What is it that she does? Like appear? Like in places?
She was like, she could also, I guess, communicate with, you know, certain spirits. She was like a healer.
Oh, okay.
So like a healer of Hagerman.
Huh. She was from Hagerman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hagerman got some spooky stuff over there.
That's where you got it from, bro. It's
Yeah.
like hereditary, dog. It's like eyes color.
Yeah.
Once one family member is in that, you're all into that, dog.
You can't stop it.
It's just there.
So you didn't know her, so
Mhm.
but I'm sure you know somewhat of her. Was she kind of like the same thing when she was alive?
Well, see, I didn't know anything about her.
Oh.
She
okay.
came to me in my dreams and told me, and then one time I was sitting at the table with my mom, I was like, hey, your grandma came to me in my dream, and she said this to me. And then my mom was like, she wasn't a white witch, okay? She was a healer of Hagerman. And I was just like, oh, there it is.
And so have you just kind of taken that role?
Yeah, I just
Kinda?
like, now it's just not scary. So now it's just like, you know, she tells me if I'm on a good path or not. Like, she told me if I was hanging out with certain people,
Mhm.
I would not be where I am today. So I had to like drop those people because they weren't going to bring me anything.
Okay.
I was just there to help them for that little bit and then go on.
See, I can kind of relate to that. I think that happens a lot in life. You meet people from the time you're basically born until like you get to elementary, and you have those friends, and then you get into middle school, make new friends, and high school, new friends. College is a different kind of, like, it's just a world of people that come in and go.
Yeah.
Even with jobs, you can have one job and then the next, and you might not communicate with the people at the old job. So I can kind of see where the whole, you help people while you're there and then kind of move forward.
Yeah, to help, like, I guess, other people along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what is it you do?
So, like, I do special effects.
Okay.
So, like, special effects and stuff, I discovered I wanted to do this at the age of 9.
Okay.
Me and my parents were watching sci-fi, because I'm a huge sci-fi fan.
Uh-huh.
Sharknado and all that. Well, I had seen this new series, and it's called Sci-Fi Face Off. I didn't know what the heck that was, but I was so intrigued. And the first competition, they tell them, okay, you have like 10 minutes, you have to use whatever in this room, you have to create like a special effect monster gore. The one that won the first challenge was this person. They grabbed a thing of bouquet roses. They grabbed this person and just made it look like it was someone's prom date. They were angry and shoved the roses in their faces, and their face, you know.
Oh, dang. So you can do that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That stuff's like so much fun.
And so how'd you go about all that? Like, you said you're 9. What was do you remember what your first actual attempt at anything like that was?
Yeah. So I loved like cat ears.
Okay.
That was my shit. So like I didn't know what Hot Topic was. I remember my oldest sister would go in there, and you know, as a family we were going together. So I would see a bunch of cat ears and vampire teeth, and I was just like, bet.
Okay.
And then you know, I would just, my parents would buy it because I would be crying. I wouldn't cry for like makeup or anything. I wanted that.
Right.
So they would get it for me, and then I'd wear it to school, and that was my thing. And then kids would come up and rip the ears off of me and tell me like, how old are you? And I'd be like, well, I'm 11. Seems like a reasonable age to wear them.
Right? Haters.
So yeah, people did not allow me to wear them. And then, yeah. And I would still try it, but later on, you know, bullying got worse. So then later on, I was just like, okay, had to change my style. And when I changed my style, I felt like I lost a huge part of me. Because then I started wearing more pink and girly, frilly stuff. I hated it, but everyone loved it. I would have girls run up to me and be like, oh my god, you look so normal now. And I didn't feel normal. I felt like not me.
Yeah.
Now I feel like me.
Okay. That's so crazy. Like, I'm flabbergasted because I've not experienced something like that. So
Yeah.
it's different to get that perspective from someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
Kids are ghost and bullying.
Let's go right back into the ghost.
I was just thinking right now. I was still thinking about that shit. Like, bro, what the happened to you?
What?
Like, you seen a ghost, bro? Face to face, ready to square up with you. What the fuck are you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I guess if it boiled down to it, I would just kind of, I'd laugh probably right away. I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, what? All of a sudden. And then, I don't know. I wouldn't freak out. I don't think I'd get scared, because again, it goes back to, I like scary stuff, but I don't get scared. Like, I watch horror movies, but I'm gonna be 100% honest, I don't find them too entertaining because I can't get scared.
See, bro,
I
can't front on the camera. My homies know I'm a bitch when it comes to like scary movies. I will scream in the movie theater. I will yell. I will cry.
No.
So if I see the ghost, bro, I'm straight closing my eyes. And just like,
he's like, I didn't see it.
No, I don't know. I think, and obviously this is all just assumption because I don't know, but I think I would kind of try to investigate it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd run away. I think I'd be like, okay, what?
It's intriguing.
Because I'm so skeptic to the idea. I would try to find a reason for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if the door were to just fly open, I'm
You're
like,
gonna
damn, I
wonder
guess
why.
the wind was blowing hard right there.
Inside.
Yeah, exactly. It may not make sense, but in my mind, I'm gonna be like, there's a reason.
So you're trying to do it so you don't get scared.
Yeah.
You don't scare yourself, basically.
Maybe
There you go.
that is it. But I also think there's always a reason for it because
It's the supernatural.
The
reason.
ghost
Well-
trying to get your ass. No.
I'm just okay. So I used to watch. It was like Ghost Hunters
Oh,
or
yeah.
something, Ghost Investigation or whatever. And no offense, but after so many like seasons and
Yeah,
whatnot,
this is bullshit.
yeah, like I'm like, where the fuck are these ghosts? Because they go to these places that are
You don't see them.
so yeah, like supposedly supernatural, infested, high rate of ghosts going around, and then nothing ever happens. And maybe the ghosts are smarter than I think, and they're like, "Oh, there's a fucking camera, chill, don't go down, like, don't go down hall 10."
No,
because,
there
you
you
know,
go.
because they know. But and then I always notice this on the shows. They're always old. The ghosts, they're like 100 years old. There's never like, well, back in 2015, you know, this.
It was like a 2-day-old ghost.
Yeah, like,
Oh my
there's
God.
not a recent ghost. It's always like 60 years ago,
Was it the 1600s?
John died.
Yeah.
At this, yes.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I'm just like, oh, are all ghosts just old?
Yeah, no, it's
Have you ever ran into, I don't want to say ran, because I can't hit them. But have you ever encountered with a more recent?
Yeah. So like, if me and some person, we were friends, and I've had a lot of friends that did pass away, and they would come and talk to me in dreams.
Really?
Yeah, and it was hard because sometimes I would just be like, I don't want to see them because if I see them, it's true, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And when my aunt passed away, that was hard because I made it clear I didn't want to see her because I love her. I was like, if I see her, it's gonna be so hard. I didn't see her, but when I was doing her hair and makeup for like the viewing for her funeral, I kept seeing her smiling at me. And the song I wanted to play for her slideshow that I made, I didn't want to put that song. I wanted to put everybody's songs first. But that song was between me and her. And when I was doing it, that song starts playing. And I was just like, okay.
So
it
you
was
played
easier.
the song first anyways?
I didn't get to play the song at all.
Oh.
But
oh.
the song was playing for me while I was doing her makeup.
Okay.
So it was like she played it for me. I was just like, aw.
Oh,
Man.
Yeah.
That is
I'm
so
getting like goosebumps. I'm scratching and shit. I'm scared.
I'm not. I don't know.
Must
I
be-
guess
must be nice.
I'm just chilling. Like I'm intrigued because I've always wanted to talk to somebody that has had that kind of like not lifestyle, but you know, like
Yeah.
they've had those experiences.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people do say things, and no offense, but those people that have told me ghost stories, it's like from their family members, and they're all the same. Like particularly this one story where all these people were at some dance, and there was this good-looking man that all the women at the dance
the
loved.
devil.
Yes, and they all were wanting to dance with him, and he had all the people or women's attention. And that from the distance, somebody noticed that when they looked down at his feet, they were hooves or whatever.
I like
And
that story though.
something happened that scared him away, and then he took off running, and he left the dance, and nobody ever seen him again. I may be interpreting a little wrong.
You know what that sounds like?
What?
It sounds like this music video called Slow Dancing in the Dark by Joji. He has hooves for feet.
Oh, but everybody seems to tell that story, and I'm just like, were all your fucking family members there at the same time?
Mine were.
Yeah, like, I don't know, I just,
I read that on Google.
like, so many people I've asked, because this ain't the first time I've asked anybody, because it's interesting. I think it's something that people talk about every now and then, and that's the one story seems to be common with a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Or the La Llorona.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's another story. Like, or I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Good
One
story.
time, okay, so get this. This is not a lot of people know this story. I freaked myself out one time, and this was fairly recently. I was in my kitchen or whatever, and my dogs were, chilling right there next to me or whatever. And it was pretty late, I think, for the most part. And I think I was playing the game with you guys or something, and I heard something, or my dog started barking.
Oh God.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, nothing out of the ordinary, really, but it was fairly late. So then I thought I heard something, and I had a roommate at the time. And it was loud enough that I heard it outside of the headphones.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And so I thought I heard somebody coming in. So originally he would go through the garage and come through the garage door. And I was anticipating his arrival, like his entrance, and he never came through the door. So I was like, what? And the dogs kept barking. I'm like, what the fuck was that? So I get up, thinking, what the hell was that? Maybe he turned around and had forgotten something at his car. So a few minutes go by, nobody came through. So finally I get up and I check, and the garage is closed. Nobody's in the garage. I'm like, huh. And a while prior to that, I had a shelf on the wall, and it had too much shit, and it fell over. So I was like, maybe something fell over, and I was looking, I couldn't find anything. And I have cameras, and so I looked on the cameras, and you can hear the audio of something banging on the garage. And I was like, what the fuck is, what was that? And you don't see anything by the garage door. And so I'm tripping. I'm thinking, there's a fucking ghost out in here. So what do I do? Who do I talk to? But this is why I'm skeptic. My garage now, it's been like this for a while, and maybe it was the first stages of it. But when my garage closes, it takes a few, maybe even a minute to finally drop down, and it makes this doom. It's pretty loud. It's kind of whatever. And that's what the noise is.
You sure?
I'm positive. That's what.
He's in denial.
That's the first thing of a ghost.
There you go. It's denial.
We can go test that theory out here after this. I'm telling you.
He's been working on this for a while.
No, I didn't notice it until I think I had gone grocery shopping or something. And I spooked myself out because I was grabbing the groceries or whatever. And all of a sudden it was just all boom, and I was like, what the fuck? And then that's when I realized, I was like, my fucking garage door is kind of jacked up or whatever. So yeah, that's how that happened.
It was crazy because I heard it on the game. I could hear it. Boom! Oh, what the fuck? Oh, what is that?
It was loud, but it is loud. It is loud. And my dogs were like, whoa, what's going on?
I was tripping too.
So-
I was like, dog, you gotta die, bro.
He's coming for you.
Don't be snitching on me neither, bro.
He's you don't have a brother? I'm not playing the game.
Yeah, so that's kind of been literally the one and only real thing, I guess. I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know. I can't really say anything because I wake up and I'm blind as fuck, so everything looks like a ghost in the morning.
Oh, there you go.
Everything looks like a ghost in the morning to me.
I
I just can't see. I'm just like, oh shit. Okay.
You know how to prove a skeptic though?
How's that?
So there's this trip me and my friends absolutely want to go on. I'm sure you've seen on Facebook where people are in this car and you drive over this certain railroad, but you have to pour baby powder in the car. And when you're doing it, you have to get out of your car. And then you see your car start moving over the railroad, but handprints start forming on it.
So
And this stuff's everywhere.
I think I have seen that where they put it in the back of the car.
Yes.
And then it's it
goes
rolls over.
They're
But
saying
I heard that it was on a hill.
We'll see. I don't know if it's a hill or if it's a railroad.
No. It's on but it's downslope.
Oh,
so
but-
that's why it moves.
But why are the handprints there?
The wind.
Oh, we're big 5 little baby fingers. It's also wind.
Yeah, that's a strong ass baby goose.
We gotta prove it. We gotta go see later
Where is
on.
this at
Part
again?
2.
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
have
think
seen
it's
that.
in Texas, right?
I don't know.
Fuck Texas. Texas always got some weird shit going on.
No, because I've always wanted to go to something haunted.
See, me and my friends,
watch from a
my
distance.
group, we're called Beautiful Creatures. That's my special effects team.
Okay.
We're also wanting to do documentaries along this stuff too. So we dress up and go to different places for our portfolios and videos. So Meow Wolf right now is a big thing of ours. That's where it kind of first happened.
Uh-huh.
But no, we're planning on going to Salem. We're planning on going to New Orleans. All these places.
Dang, that's super cool. Like, I guess my thing is I can't say I'm interested. Like, I'm
If you're intrigued, you want to get proved wrong, I'm like, you guys, if you want, we can do a part 2. You guys can come up with beautiful creatures.
Hey, I am down to do a collab.
I'm down. That'd be fun.
He can go by himself because I'm to the bar.
We need somebody who's gonna be scared. Okay?
Yeah,
we need someone.
Bro, that's
we
what I'm
need a
saying.
skeptic and a believer.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably the. It's okay. So I am.
You're gonna try to scare me, dog.
No, I'll be 100. Well, even I'll be 100 with you. I will not fuck with. Like, I won't fuck with you. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a believer either. So I want to kind of
I'm weak-minded, bro. So I'm like not trying to get fucking scared.
That's why you just you feed off my vibe, bro. Like if I ain't scared, you're not scared.
I'm gonna hold on to your pocket.
It's
If I get lost, bro,
it's cool, dog.
that's how my
It's
people
cool.
die, dog.
No.
That shit.
He's like, if they say don't go, don't go.
I don't know. There's just so much. Even outside of the Winchester. There's like hotels and there's.
Let's go to the forest, dog, in like Asia.
Oh, I ain't going to that one.
It's like
Suicide Forest?
Yeah, let's go to
Oh,
Suicide
yeah, it kind of goes back to the Logan Paul thing. Did you hear
Yeah.
about that? How he posted the suicide?
I'm like, you don't do that.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb on his part, but I'm open to everything.
It's the forest. What do you expect?
Well, what do you expect whenever that's the name of the forest?
Yeah, but
And-
at the same time, it's like, if you know it's a suicide forest, and you know there's possibly going to be bodies, at least say, hey viewers, there's going to be this, but I'm sorry, out of respect for the families, I'm not going to post this thing. But instead he's like, look at this body.
Well, I think he was just riding so high on his own wave. He was just like, oh,
Yeah.
well, you know what? What's this? You know, I've probably done way worse, which ultimately that was the worst.
That one
And
was
what was your
like,
group called again?
beautiful creatures.
No, stay away from them creatures.
There you go.
Nah, I'm like, it's so interesting because I'm guessing how many of you are in your,
There's 4 of us now.
and they're all like the same vibes when it comes to ghosts and this haunted stuff?
Just me and my friend Eden. How me and my friend Eden met is so crazy because my grandma, again, she told me I'll be meeting this girl that can also do the same stuff as me. And then my friend Eden shows up to my work, and me, I don't hang out with clients. I don't. That's just a no for me.
Okay.
She was the first ever client that I made the exception for. I was like, this girl's cool. Like, she could do the same stuff as me. And then after that, me and her just hit it off. We became like best friends, and we both can do the same stuff. And the stuff that doesn't make sense to other people makes sense to her. And I'm like, okay.
Dang.
Well, I had a 5th because he's gonna be in the group. I'm not gonna be in the group.
I mean, like I said, I'm down to collab.
I'll dress up.
There you go.
There you
I'll
go.
dress
See,
up.
you're already easing into the
I'll
idea.
dress up,
At
bro.
first, you were like, nah.
I won't-
And then you're like, I'll be the driver. Now I'll just. Hey, he's kind of in with us.
There you go. He's like, okay. I mean, the 2 other girls a part of my group, like, I'm not sure if they're into that stuff yet or how they feel. I know 2 of them, they're like my babies. So I'm just like,
So
they'll
is-
probably end up being stuck in the car with you, like, we ain't going.
I'm going. I'm
Sounds
going
good to me.
Because I guess, like I said, I'm not looking for trouble. Or
No,
like,
all of the stuff we do will be legal, and they give you permission to go through.
No, not like that kind of
Oh,
trouble,
yeah.
like with ghosts.
Oh, no.
That sounds a little bit worse than I got to do criminal time, bro.
Well,
Good.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not looking for ghost trouble.
Yeah.
But
As long as
I
you're
mean, if it happens, you know,
Like,
I ain't gonna shy away from it.
I mean, like the group I went with when we went to the abandoned missile silos, like, you know, people were like filling up the bottles with gasoline and putting shirts and throwing it in the spot where that kid died. So, like, you know, of course
Wait,
that's
what's the
trouble.
story to that? Because I've been to some. I know what you're talking about. Because the last when I had gone, this is when I was like fucking 100 pounds lighter. There was like an opening, like
There
maybe
you go. That's
the
it.
same one,
Yeah.
and you kind of crawl through there. But then there's like a ledge, and it's not very big, man. It's
You
maybe
got
as-
to fit.
Yes, and it's like maybe a little bigger than this table, but they're like you gotta be careful because then you're in the where the I guess
Scientist?
yes, and it's fucking huge. Like
Have you
from
ever been there?
ceiling to the floor, we
You have to go.
would just get the glow sticks and throw them down there. Try to see the
glow
bottom.
sticks.
Oh, that's what
People
they're.
were using like gasoline
Oh, and they're throwing like
Yeah, and it
what are
would
they
explode
called?
in there. Like, kind of like, I don't know,
Molotov?
bombs, I guess. In a
Molotov,
way.
yeah. That's a little extreme because what if fucking caught
Yeah,
the whole
so-
thing
This
on
shit,
fire?
this shit reminds me of one time I went on delivery, bro, for work, and we went up to Redosa. We're on this ugly ass fucking house they're rebuilding for like an Airbnb kind of bullshit,
Okay.
like a bed and breakfast bullshit. So me and the lady that was the driver, we went in there and we were like, fuck, where are we gonna put it? She said, let's go inside and we'll look around. I'm like, oh, fuck. I mean, she's a woman. I'm not gonna be a bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna look like a little pussy ass. So I walk in there. She goes. The way it worked, it goes this way. There's a room. Keep going. There's a kitchen. It's like just rooms. So I went all the way to the front straight. I didn't even go to any other room. I just went straight. There's a fucking picture. I was just looking at the picture. I was like, oh, fucking little kid playing basketball and shit. So I just threw it back on the couch. I walked back out and I heard, "Hey!" And I looked and I was like, "What's up, Santana?" And she's like, she didn't say anything. I was like, "I'm fucking." So I was like, "What you want?" He said, "Hey." She's like, "I didn't say hey." I was like, "Don't play."
He's all, we're out. We are out.
I was like, "Get in the car." We were sitting there all the way from here. I was like, "You really didn't say that?" She's like, "No, I didn't say that. I swear to God. I just put that on my kids. I didn't say that." I was like, "Fuck." She's like,
And who else was in there with
Just
you?
us two.
And you're certain of that.
It was abandoned. There's a big ass hole in the building. Like this fucking room. There's a big ass hole.
He's all, don't touch my photos.
So I literally sounded like a woman. So that's why I was like, "What up, Santana?" She's just like, she didn't say anything. I was like, "Oh, whatever." And she's like, "Bro, I didn't say anything." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess." I mean,
See, you had worse. See, you're the bad vibes, bro. I don't look at all the guys called up.
It's because he's the one that doesn't want to see him. So because of that, they're like, hey.
Yeah, hey.
literally, I was
Oh
like,
man.
It's always the one that doesn't, and it's the one that does that they're like, oh, he's boring. He wants to see me.
It sounds like females.
To be honest, to be fair.
Yeah.
What can I say? I'm an attractive ass fucking.
So you got it going on, even with the ghosts.
I got it, dog.
I don't know.
Dude. When I heard that, bro, like goosebumps. I got goosebumps right away, and I was like, "What's up, Santana?" She just said, "I was like, fuck."
That's
bro.
how you
Like,
know. You get the
crazy.
chills.
It was scary, dog. To be honest with you, it was pretty scary. I forgot about it. I was trying to forget about it, and thanks you came on. Now I remember. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
It's my job.
That's so crazy. I mean, I've always been interested. I think there was a moment in time, like a few years ago, that my girlfriend at the time, we were trying to go because she was into the haunted shit.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't
I've never
think
done those. Won't do one.
I don't think I would go that far,
No.
but
We were about to say that. I was like, this.
no, we were talking about going to somewhere actually haunted, like the Winchester Home, or
Yeah.
there's like a hotel in North Carolina that supposedly there's a.
I think there's one in Colorado too.
Oh, is there?
Well, we got to go.
I mean, I want to go. Like that's just been something I've always kind of been interested. I guess because I am a skeptic and I'd like, I don't know, to see. You know, I just want to see what could happen.
You saying you want to collab? Like, I'm so down for it because I love like collabing with like other New Mexico like artists because people talk so much crap about New Mexico. But I'm just like, as artists, let us show you like a different way of living here.
Yes. Are you from New Mexico?
Yeah.
Are you from Roswell?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
So
Cool.
it's kind of like with Roswell. It's like you're gonna hate Roswell if you don't learn to love it because Roswell's literally what you make it.
You are preaching just like I would preach.
So like me, you know, I was hanging around with people that like always expected the worst from me or like didn't believe in me to do anything, and I was just like, okay. But then later on I just figured I'm just gonna stick to myself and be alone. And then later on I ran into other people who are alone and stick to themselves, and I decided if I go and do stuff on my own and you don't have any friends, you hang out by yourself, let's just be friends.
You get that?
What?
You remember what you were telling me, dude? Son of a gun. I ain't gonna say it on camera, but you know what I'm talking about.
I am I just super intrigued. I like what you're doing, like with the whole just being yourself.
Yeah.
Because it takes just metaphorically balls to be who you want to be.
Yeah. Because like in beauty school, the first challenge, or not challenge, but like the project was, this is when I first started beauty school, they told us, okay everybody, you have to build this project and you have to talk about like where you see yourself in 10 years and what your salon's gonna look like. Everybody started doing like glam, pink glitter, everything, and I started thinking about it and I started getting claustrophobic. I was like, I cannot work in a glam salon and do hair around girls that hate me for being who I am. So I'm like, I want to build a salon that's gonna bring in people I like and feel outcasted. So I wanted to build a salon called Beautiful Creatures, like Tim Burton, Wes Craven themed, and had like a special effects workshop. I made that little thing. I drew it out. People looked at it, like I won't say who. A teacher looked at it. She said this was the dumbest idea ever, and I have no reason being a part of doing beauty anything.
I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah, girls are mean, but
I like the idea. Because like that barbershop that's right there by Goodwill, the one was like a
locker room.
That's pretty cool. Like it's something different. It's kind of it's something crazy.
Well, I think that's where a lot of great ideas come from, is when people step out of the normal.
Yeah.
Are they they combine two like things that aren't really like into each other, like hair salon and like sci-fi, like together? It's just like, damn, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I love it too, because I'm just like, if I have people like dressing up however they want, like tattoos are welcome, like whatever, piercings, I don't care. The more unique that is your style, you bring that to my place, because I'm just like, be who you are.
No, that's. I mean, that's just. I love it.
Yeah.
It's you don't see that a lot, and it's funny that you mention that, because it seems like the people that we've brought on, they've done the same thing. That's kind of been the common denominator, is stepping out of the normal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look at CV from our video we posted today. He was going to school to be an engineer. He said he was a senior. He's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Sergio,
look, now he's
about to be a nurse.
Sergio, they decided, he was like, I was going to be a nurse. Look, now he's doing completely different things than being a nurse. It's just, it seems like that's the normal.
It seemed like we didn't jump. We didn't really do anything special, but we're not really special.
But that's the thing. I'm not. I don't know. I mean, this is different from what you're doing and what I'm doing.
I mean, like, this is cool because, like, people in Roswell don't really do, like, YouTubing. So I'm like, this, its own thing is, like, unique. So this is considered, like, an art here. Because, like, this stuff, like, I did multimedia. Like, this stuff, like, it's an art.
It's fucking hard sometimes.
It is. It's fun. But it's awesome, like, the stuff that you can, like, figure out what to do with.
Yeah, I think that's what I've taken from it so far that we've done, is there's so much to take from other people.
Yeah.
Like even just for instance for you, I think the ghost idea is amazing, and you're bringing that out because I have not really talked to anybody along those realms, And then even more like other people, like we just want to put everybody's story out there.
Yeah.
As long as they're open to the idea of being open with us.
Yeah.
It's fascinating because I think everybody has a story to them. It's just unfortunate because it goes unheard so often.
See, me, I never really told anybody about this stuff either. But with the whole Beautiful Creatures thing, oh my gosh, so many people kept telling me, like, the whole sci-fi special effects thing. Everyone kept telling me my idea was dumb not to do it. And then one day I was just like, you know what? Even if I do hair, it doesn't make y'all happy. You guys still, like, say my look and style is different. It's weird. I'm like, you know what? Yes, it is. So one day I was like, I just enrolled in the special effects because I was like, it's 50 I'm good, 50 I'm bad, and this dream was just stupid. And then I did it, and then I was like, this is my true calling. Like, this is me. Now I feel like myself that I couldn't be.
Dang. That is so fascinating. I mean, obviously I don't know you, but shit, clap. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, I hope more people watch and get inspired by you because, again, it takes a lot of balls to come out like that. Like, it's just not normal to others, but it's you.
Yeah.
And you're you, and you're smiling, you're happy, you seem like a very genuine person.
Yeah.
It's
might be a little haunted, I might have to keep
distance,
it's who she is.
Maybe sometimes there's a a possession every now and then, but
Shit.
you know.
I mean, I guess we're going to go on some hunting of or
Colorado. That's probably one of
where's it
the
gonna
next
go?
trips.
Yeah, we're going.
I mean,
Colorado Ghost.
it's a different
Bet they're
experience.
chill.
Plus, we could vlog the whole thing. We shouldn't probably talk too much. We're gonna talk about this. We're just talking about this off camera. But I mean, I love the idea. I just think it's something different. It's something to
Be
do.
scared all the whole time.
It's cool. What if you're not scared?
Yeah,
I'm just
what
gonna
if
get
you end
drunk
up just
before-
loving
What
it?
if you end up enjoying it? And
I'm gonna enjoy it, but I'm still gonna be scared. It's like watching a scary movie. I enjoy the
Just
scary
bring a
movie.
teddy bear or a blanket, you'll be fine.
See, that's so funny because when I watch a scary movie, like what's a recently scary movie? I don't know.
Annabelle.
Yeah, like I watched that and I'm just like,
Fucking scary.
how is this dog gonna be possessed? I don't get it. I just don't understand. And
It's called
I'm not.
witchcraft, bro.
Yeah, they
Look
do.
into it.
That's what it is.
I don't know what the fuck it's
I
called,
would say
bro.
witchcraft. Actually,
Probably
I
is,
think it
bro.
was. I think she like put her soul into the doll's body and then.
Oh, I think that was
Yeah,
along
so,
the
like
see,
storyline.
Voodoo
that
shit,
stuff
bro.
was more of like demonic, like
Wow.
stuff. I'm like, keep that away.
So was the only. Have you ever encountered into like a real demonic where you were kind of fearful for your life?
I've had so many people try to like bring out the Ouija board, and this one time I was at my friend's house. My iPod, this is back in the day, my iPod fell like through her, like it fell through the freaking couch, and I pulled the couch forward to look for it. And I pulled the couch forward where my iPod should have landed. The Ouija board was right there, and I was like, what the hell? So I pushed the couch back. I was like, I ain't playing you. But then ever since then, like I guess like my friend, because I was gone from her house for like a few months, she said she heard something fall. She pulled the couch. The Ouija board's not there, but my iPod's where the Ouija board was. And I'm just like, see, I don't mess with the Ouija board. That stuff's like,
That's asking for trouble.
yeah, I'm just like, if it's showing up, you stay away from it. But anybody that brings it up to me, because they're like, you can see this, so like, let's play with it. I'm like, no.
See, that's where you gotta draw the line.
Yeah.
There's lines to be drawn. Now, if I go to somewhere where it's supposed to be haunted and something happens, well, yeah, I went there and it was supposed to happen, but I'm gonna be like sitting here calling the.
All I
Yeah.
know is one time, bro, it was me and our guest Rick. We were at this house, bro. These chicks were like, we're chilling, we're just kicking it.
It's always
Drink.
girls.
We're just drinking, bro. The girl was like, let's play a game. I'm like, oh, fuck it, we'll play. Like, we just thought it was like a drinking game, or like King Cup or something. All right.
Candyland.
Fuck no, these motherfuckers bring out a Ouija board, bro. And me and this fool tried to leave, and we didn't notice the other chick locked the door. So we were fucking trying to leave, and we couldn't lock it. And they were like, oh hell no, get the fuck back. So we almost got caught in the fucking Ouija board fucking demonic bullshit, dog. I forgot about that. I should have talked about it with Rick that day,
Oh
dog.
my
They were gonna
goodness.
sacrifice
We
you.
were
No,
about to be
I'm kidding.
sacrificial lambs to the fucking Ouija board, dog. I was
Oh,
scared as
God. They
fuck.
locked you in there. They're all, you're
I
playing.
forgot about that.
See, that to me that's just, I don't know, that's too much.
That's
for me.
asking for something, you know?
Yeah, that's too much. I don't think I'd go to the. I don't want to see it goes that bad.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
me either.
That's like asking for a demon to possess me.
See, me, I don't ask for this stuff. Like, I'll go to sleep and then they're there. I'm like, okay, what are we doing today then? Because I'll just go like months randomly, like nothing there. Then one day they show up and they're like, okay, I have to tell you something. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what's up?
That's so crazy. Is that like your friends?
Well, like most of them are family members that show up. Like my great grandma, she's always like quick to like show up because like I didn't really have my grandparents around, so like I had other people step in for those places.
Uh-huh.
And because you know, to be honest, I don't cry about not having grandparents. I'm glad because I had other people fill in, and because that's how I like made little connections with other people. So like my great grandma, like she also takes like it's so weird. She takes spots of like a grandparent, but like she's not alive.
Oh man,
That's crazy.
that is so crazy.
I know, it's so weird.
I can
How
imagine.
do I
Like,
meet one?
I don't know.
Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? How do I get into
well, see, I won't go that far.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for it. It just happened.
Yeah, like that's.
So this is what happened.
It's just gotta
Yeah.
kind of like have it. Like if
Cause me, I would get so scared. I would run from it.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I'd run. I'd be interested. I'd be like, well, what's good? You want to chill?
You want to drink a beer?
I don't drink beer, but you want some water? You thirsty? I'm sure you haven't had nothing to drink in a while.
Okay, now you got jokes,
That's probably why you're all pale. I'm just saying.
Oh my
See,
gosh.
I'm just saying.
I don't think I'll be able to see a ghost, dog. I think I'll say some funny ass shit.
I
You
don't
would
know.
get so nervous. You're just sitting there cracking up jokes, but literally you're like dying on the inside.
I don't know, bro. It's just scary to think about, but I'm down. Fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? I get possessed.
I just think the idea of like collabing and going and checking something out that I've always wanted to check out, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because again, I might still leave there skeptical about the whole idea. Because
Yeah.
maybe nothing
Skeptic
happens.
the rest of your life.
Well, because okay, so
That's why you
there's
got to experiment.
a
That's all
YouTube
we got.
channel. It's called BuzzFeed, and they have like these two guys. They from season to season they change it. There's like supernatural, and then they'll do like unsolved stories or whatever. But needless to say, I watch them all. But there's the supernatural ones. They'll go visit like places that are supposedly
Yeah.
haunted, and they'll stay there. And one guy, he's scared shitless
Aw.
all the time. He just always like thinks something's up and there's nothing, and the other guy's like, bro, there's nothing. He'll laugh, he'll joke around. Like there'll even be a part where each one will go into the most haunted room or little place for like 5 or 10 minutes by themselves, and they'll be on video, and the one guy's shitting bricks while the other guy's like joking around. He's like, come on, like if you want something, kind of provoking it.
Oh god.
But nothing ever happens, and I'm kind of not saying I would go that far to provoke
Yeah,
something,
no.
but at the same time, I would be kind of like, oh, like there's not shit here. I don't know. I feel like that's bad, but I don't know how I would be.
See, me and my friends, well, we just figured out, just if you're gonna go to one of those hotels, just go about it like it's a normal hotel, because eventually those things are gonna be like, oh, she thinks this is normal, and then they're gonna want to fuck with you.
Okay, so basically,
Don't
they're
piss
gonna
them
feed
off.
off your vibe.
Yeah, so if you're enjoying yourself, they're gonna be like, okay, let's dim the lights.
Oh shit! See, these are techniques.
Yeah,
These are
it's
techniques
called
to
reverse
learn.
psychology.
So if I want to see a ghost, I gotta just lay back and be like,
Yeah, there ain't nothing here, and they're gonna be
I'm
like,
like, damn,
What?
bro, I'm bored, ain't no ghost. How do you prevent them to get there? Like, how do I be like, yeah, ghosts are real, bro.
have you had an encounter where something's like flown off the desk?
yes.
What do you mean? Yes, you got sad. Was it something
It
like?
wasn't sad. It was like there was this person. They were, they had spell books, like messing with stuff that was just like, I don't know. Me, I just felt like this person didn't have that gift of seeing stuff. So they were inviting stuff in to try to see something that wasn't a gift to them that they were born with. So they were like literally like inviting bad stuff in, and they did. So me, I could see the bad, creepy stuff, and I would get upset. And because I could see the stuff, the thing felt like it was okay to show that it was there. And we were in this person's kitchen, and we're talking. All of a sudden, this jug of water, literally just as if someone walked up to it and just smacked it. And as soon as it flew, I just looked at her, because it was normal to me at this point. I was like, I'm not even gonna freak out. I'm like, that thing fell. Stop fucking with this shit.
Oh man! And what did they say? Were they done after that, or were they freaking out?
No, they still mess with this stuff. Like, it's a normal
Oh
deal.
man!
What was this again? A spell book?
Like, spell
Like
books.
hocus pocus kind of shit?
Like,
Not
stupid, dumb stuff. Like, there's so many girls that are like, I want this guy to fall in love with me, so I'm gonna do love spells. I'm just like, you can't make someone fall in love with you. That's like satanic stuff, or I don't want to
So
say
that's what
satanic,
that falls into, like
Yeah,
the
because
voodoo stuff too.
Yeah, because you're making someone do something that they don't want to do themselves. Like, it's not a free will thing. They're like, I like you, okay, I'm gonna make you fall in love with me. That's not fair. It's slavery. It's like,
Using spells is now slavery.
yeah.
There's a law behind that.
That's how it works.
So if
That's how women been doing it all these years. They've had us under
Goddamn
their death
spell
spells.
You'd be surprised how many girls are into this stuff.
Oh man, they
Where do they hide it?
yeah.
Well, where do I find like if I go to the
I
house? Where do I find their spell book?
See, most guys think in her underwear drawer there's gonna be toys in there. Really? There's a whole spell book in there.
Oh man. Shit, if I can see
I'm gonna stop looking for the toys and start looking for the damn
There
book.
you go.
You've been looking at the wrong thing this
You gotta
whole
make
time.
sure they don't take any like pieces of your hair, your
I'm still gonna have
toothbrush.
to take a sniff while I'm in there.
Oh
I mean,
man, that is. I would have never. I guess I've thought like that whole
Yeah, dude.
situations.
You gotta
you
realize
think anybody
this.
has your hair?
You'd be
I
surprised.
sure hope not. No, because I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever felt possessed like that. Like I was doing something out of my like own will.
Sometimes I feel like
So-
I have a little voodoo doll somewhere roaming around.
No, I don't think anybody hates me that much or wants me that much.
I mean, there are some people that are psycho. Like, to be honest, I have came across a lot of girls that are like, oh, you can do this stuff? And then they'll start showing me, like, all this stuff. I'm just like, girl, you don't... I'm like, I didn't ask for this. I'm like, you're bringing in all the bad stuff. So I just stay away from those people because I'm just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds like you're more of the chill, like, it happens, but you're not asking for it kind
Yeah.
of thing. Where there are those that are just like, I want it.
Yes, because they see a few movies and then they're like, now all of a sudden this thing, like, guys are like, oh, I'm spooky girls. And then girls are like, okay.
I cannot phantom a girl just being like, I want to summon a spell or something.
I would
Even
name so many
people.
girls, but I can't.
Even people in general, I guess I just have never come across anybody that seemed like they were super invested into the supernatural. Like
I
the
didn't think this
demonic
podcast
stuff.
was going this way, but it did. And look at me now, I'm freaking out.
I mean, it's, see, to me, I feel like we're just conversating. I have no anything.
You don't feel like a vibe?
I feel good vibes, but I always feel good vibes. This to me is just getting to know somebody on a different level. That
Oh, no, I
for one,
understand.
I don't know, and then two, a lot of people are they're gonna know her now, and that's cool. I think there's a lot to take from this, because again, I have to emphasize because I see so many people like kind of shielding themselves from being who they actually want to be because they're afraid of what other people think of them, and they're worried what they're going to be looked at, or they're worried of being different,
Yeah.
and all these things. When in fact, I've always been a believer, if you are happy with who you are, no matter what it is, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And look, she took the different road on the path to success, and she said, if I'm alone, then so be it, I'll be alone.
Yeah.
And she didn't need the friends. And look, she's gotten friends. She's got her business and all this other stuff going on for her, and she didn't care what anybody else thought. She followed her dreams, and to me, I have to tip my hat to her because it's just something that people don't do.
Yeah, because this stuff was hard. Like, I think what got me out here, like, to do all this stuff was, like, to be honest, my friend Eden, she did kind of just come in and just, like, kind of swooped me up. Because by this time, like, after my aunt passed away, I went into a big depression.
Okay.
I was just like, I'm done. This is boring. I don't want to do this no more. There's no point. There's no reason. And then my friend Eden was just like, hey, you want to go with me, Meow Wolf? Meow Wolf, like, I love art. Art is the only thing that, like, I see it and I'm happy again. Her, she was just like, I know you want to go Meow Wolf on your 21st because I'm not much of a drinker or partier.
Mhm.
And she was just like, I'm going to go here. I don't want to go alone. I like to dress up too. Do you want to dress up as what you normally do? And I'll dress up with you. We can go to Meow Wolf. And I was like, you want to dress up with me? Like, this is okay? I can do this? And she was like, yeah. So I got so excited. I got dressed up. I was still going through depression, but when we went to Meow Wolf and we were both dressed up, as soon as we go to Meow Wolf, we go in, it just felt like kind of being reborn again. I was just like, this is what I want to do. Because when I was in line and I had random people run up to me, like even the characters themselves wanting to take photos and like just they thought I was a character, like that was probably one of the best feelings ever because I didn't want to go out there dressed up because before people were just like, why are you doing this? You're so weird. Like, stop it. But over there at Santa Fe, everybody was like, this is so cool. And when they took pictures and people were like wanting to take our photos for us, like, it felt like the best feeling ever. So my friend Eden's the one that got me inspired again to start doing this stuff. And then the more stuff me and her were just doing alone, just together as friends, it just started building from there. And Beautiful Creatures was not even supposed to blow up like this. This was an accident. This was just friends having fun, and then all of a sudden it turned to a business.
Damn.
So, and then not only that, but we're just a random team put together. None of us had ever really met each other. Whenever I went to Ruidoso with the two girls first, that was me hanging out with them for the very first time. And everybody thought we knew each other for years. I was like, no. And then when my friend Eden moved back to Roswell, I had all four of the girls meet. Or all four of us meet.
Right.
And we just hit it off. And we ended up, because of how weird and different we are, we love each other for that. Anything that some of them found weird, I adore each and every part of those girls. So like, our team's just, we're random how we found each other. We were the loners that like people would see and be like, why is that girl always at Stellar by herself? Why is this girl just by herself all the time? I went to the Alien Festival dressed up as an alien by myself.
Really? Damn. See okay, so on that whole notion of people were looking at you like you were odd, I'm gonna be honest, I think that's a Roswell thing.
Yeah,
I honestly
and it's
think
hard.
so. They're just prejudgmental.
Yeah, because if you go to like anywhere big, it's just like
That's
It's normal.
Yes.
You just see that everywhere.
Yes, you could go have coffee alone and nobody would ever even blink an eye. They would be like,
or even dress up like
Exactly.
It's not like
I don't know. And
if it isn't really like cultural here, it's kind of weird for them. Like
exactly,
this is weird.
Which is it's sad to see that people act that way and throw that kind of judgment out there, like without even. I don't think it just takes a matter of getting to know somebody.
Yeah, because like now people like I guess I didn't notice it myself. Now people will message me and they'll comment and they'll be like, "You look happy." I think hearing someone tell you look happy is probably one of the best feelings ever, because everyone knew, like, if they watched me growing up, I was always like the depressed one. I was always like angry and sad, and then everybody knew I got bullied. I didn't have that many people stand up for me. Like, when I was growing up, I saw people get bullied, I would run up and stop the bullying from happening.
Really?
But I was still being bullied.
Oh, man.
So it was awful. But like, even high school, I thought it would have stopped. Then it went from being bullied to being sexually harassed and bullied.
Oh,
so then I was just like, fuck this, and I dropped out of school. But before I dropped out, the principal told me that good luck, the decision I'm making is dumb. And
so you've had a lot of doubters in your life.
so bad. But the day that principal told me that, as soon as that principal said that to me, I looked at him and I was just like, I'm going to remember this. So I looked at him and I told him, I was just so upset, and I was like, I did multimedia here at this school for years. This stuff, later on, you're going to see my name. And he sees my name.
Hey, that's so dope. That is dope.
So what does that remind you of?
No, it's because I hope Matt watches this part, because it's remember when we had the team shirts to all my doubters.
Yeah.
That's just what it reminded me of because it's just like he thinks that was just towards him or something, but it's funny because I'll tell you. I guess I could tell you the story.
Yeah.
If I don't tell you, you're not gonna know.
You gotta tell me.
There was a moment where we were on a flag football team, okay? It's his best friend. And so we'd been playing, I don't know, for a while at this point, and then I don't know what exactly happened. Needless to say, he ended up joining a different team, which they were a really good team. And so there was a tournament where we were playing against him. This was like the first tournament that he wasn't playing with us. And I think we lost our first game really bad, and they were really good, so there was no doubt they were going to win, but we caught fire, And I don't know, just at that moment, I was so invested into the game, I ended up yelling like to all my doubters. I was like, to all my doubters, fuck them, and all this shit. And we were getting super hyped. So we ended up playing like in the championship. They ended up beating us, needless to say. But then going into high kit weekend, like he wasn't on the team no more. So I told the team, like, why don't we call our teams to all our doubters? And so we abbreviated it to like TAMD or something.
That's so
And so whenever you were talking about that, it was just like, there's just so many people that doubt all of us.
Yeah.
And we just have to
Prove them wrong.
Yes. And I think that's the best revenge you could ever get for to anybody.
Yeah, to be honest, I think one of the funniest characters I'm going to do very soon in beauty school, the girls, like, I forgive them because they didn't know me. They just, I don't know why. I thought, you know, you go to beauty college, these girls would act mature. They didn't. In fact, they had, like, a group chat. They would take snaps of other girls, and one girl, they almost made her drop out. Her name's Dondria. I love her. She's a local artist. She lives in El Paso now, but she's awesome. But yeah, like she went to beauty school because her art school in Santa Fe got shut down. So she was like, okay, I can't do art no more, but this is like my passion. So she thought, I'll go to beauty school. Maybe, you know, this is considered an art. It would be great for me. The girls let her have it because when you're in art, it doesn't matter what you look like, as long as you can do something and like your personality. Oh my gosh, the girls looked her up and down. They were calling her Grinch Stole Christmas and making fun of her because of her hair. I got so mad, I sat her down in my chair and I stayed until 7 doing her hair. And then I found out that like these girls had like a picture of me because, you know, I did different colors to my hair when I had full hair. And it was green and I was in stripes. And they were comparing me to Beetlejuice. So because of that, I'm actually going to do a special effects Beetlejuice just because they made fun of me for that. I was like, I'm going to turn that into a piece of art that these girls made fun of me for. But now people are going to see it and be like, wow, she did Beetlejuice.
Dang, that's super dope.
I wonder what people hate on that, like the paint of the face. And
I
like
don't
the
know.
crazy-
Like I said, it's just, I think it's a multitude of things. One, they're probably jealous. That's probably the number one thing. And two, I think it goes back to jealousy, but I think it falls back on themselves is they know that they could never go and be that because they put up the persona of this is who I am.
Yeah.
But probably deep down, it may not be exactly what you're doing, but it could be to a different perspective. Like it could be something else that they would like to do, but they think, but people are gonna look at me weird and stuff.
So they're like, if I can't be them, then we're just gonna make fun of those ones.
Yeah, like that's what sucks, man. And
I mean, hey, to be honest, those girls gave me so many ideas for like special effects. So, you know, like I could be upset with them and upset with the other people that bullied me, but to be honest, like some people that are bullies, they told me that they're one of my fans now, and I'm just like, I forgive, I guess, everybody, because if it wasn't for them, I would not be here, to be honest. I would not be as nice or as genuine or like standing up to people who got bullied.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. Bullying was awful, but to be honest, like, it made me who I am. So.
I don't think I've ever been bullied. So
I can't say I've ever been bullied.
It's shitty.
I kind of bullied the bullies. And stuff.
Sadly,
I didn't know that anybody
Same.
really talked
I
to me.
kind of bullied, but I think that was just simply me being young and
I didn't
involved
bully like
into
people
the-
that
the
were
wrong
vulnerable.
crowd.
Like I knew that like somebody that could take it. Like say like a higher like a basketball player. I'm like, well, shit. Like
Yeah.
I bullied.
Well, you kind
I
of
would-
still do that.
Because it's like you know, I mean, I don't take advantage of people that are vulnerable. I just do it to people
I
that.
don't know. I was just a little shit growing up, and
Well, I mean, you guys were guys. I mean, who would you bully? Dudes?
yeah,
Yeah.
I would never bully a girl.
No,
That
To
was
be
out
honest, I think the bullying between guys and guys is so different from the way girls bully girls. Like, it was so bad the girls would actually get guys involved. So I would have
See,
guys
those
and
guys
girls.
are bitches.
Yeah.
See, like those guys.
I don't know, because it's like whenever you hear like security guards talking about girl fights, it's like more intense than guys fights. It's kind of hard to like.
bad.
So it's probably the same with just verbal, like it's probably
Well, I'm
way
sure.
worse.
I mean, everything from guys to girls are significantly different. So I could only imagine like the bullying, because girls can get pretty
God, they get awful.
ugly. I think because they don't. I think guys keep it pretty general, like, oh, you're a fucking pussy, bro. and
Yeah.
shit. But girls, I think, dig deep. Like they're just like
So bad.
Yeah, they don't. There's no holds barred on their shit.
I think another one I got made fun of, my voice. And I was like, okay, that one I can't help.
What do you mean?
Like, people would like literally stop their conversations in class, just turn around and be like, shut up, your voice is so annoying. I'm like, I can't help it, I answered the damn question.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's just people being.
God damn. I've heard some awful voices. Yours is not top 5.
Yeah, I've heard some people talk before, and I'm like, I don't bully them. I accept it, but I'm just like, I love your voice.
For real.
To be honest, I got bullied for some dumb stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. Like, if you can't come up with something better than that, you're lame.
Shit, bro.
You should probably be getting bullied for being lame.
Yeah.
Like a bitch.
You should be getting bullied for bullying, a voice.
Yeah, if you can't come up with some original shit, then you suck at bullying. That's too freaking funny. No, I mean, I really do. Like I said, I'm glad you came on today because
Yeah.
honestly, for one, we're gonna talk about it after, but I'm definitely looking forward to collabing, seeing how we can
Yeah.
work together, as well as maybe
You're out.
figuring out
I'm with it, but I'm still like pushed back. I'm with it.
He's on.
If he does it, I'll do it. Like that shit. He's gonna do it, so I'm doing it.
We'll figure something out for sure, but more so, I think, like, if anything, I like when people have something to offer others,
Yeah.
even if it isn't intentionally, and when it is, either way, it's just, I like that. I love the thrive you have. I support you guys. Looking forward to talking more, especially if the other girls want to
Oh,
talk,
yeah. Today, they knew that I would be coming on here.
Okay.
So I was just like, I know the girls, like, they're actually blown away that I even invited them to join me. Because they're like, Courtney, I love your stuff. I'm like, it would be even better if you guys, did this stuff with me. And so we're actually going to go to the Balloon Fiesta. And we're going to go and just do, regular girl photos of our team.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to dress up. We're going to go Meow Wolf as characters.
Oh.
So there's like different rooms. So I told the girls, I was like, look up Meow Wolf, find which area you want to go. I bought this pink wig just for this one area that has a bunch of flowers and candy. So I'm gonna do like a unicorn theme,
That's freaking cool.
Honestly, couldn't tell it's a wig.
I know.
I was gonna say, when you said that, I was like, that's sick.
So like wigs, I had to learn like, the hard way. So like both my aunts were fighting cancer, and one had already lost her hair because of the chemo. The other one, she was just going through chemo, and both of them were so beautiful, but they were both insecure about being bald. And I told my aunt, because I did have to cut her hair, and she just, I cut it into an A-line because her hair was like to her butt. I cut her hair to an A-line, which would be like up here.
Right.
Trying to get her to get used to the idea of not having hair. And that night she was just crying. The next day she took a shower, just falling out. And then she called me and she was like, can you just shave it for me? And she was hurt, she didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if I cut her hair and I use my clippers, I'm never doing hair again. And then she just, I knew I could feel how she felt. And so I just went to my bathroom, grabbed my clippers, I shaved my head first, and then went over to her house and I shaved her head for her. And then, okay, so after that, all three of us were like, okay, now what? How are we gonna figure this out? So I learned how to do scarf techniques, and I learned how to do wig techniques just for my aunts.
Dang.
Yeah, but now that both of them don't have cancer no more, I'm still doing wigs and stuff for cancer patients, because being there, witnessing it, they will give someone a $1,000 wig that is so shitty. And this is like 18,
Uh-huh.
and it looks real.
Yeah,
and
it looks
feels real.
beautiful.
you.
I like the color and everything. Like you said, I would have never even
I
known.
was
if you
like
mentioned it.
probably this close to getting my head shaved because my boss, she was fighting cancer.
Aww.
And I told her she lost her hair, I'll shave
Do
my
it
head.
with her.
I'll shave my head.
Aww.
See,
I love people like that.
Yeah,
I was gonna do it fully. And that's why I had my long hair. I had like
Yeah.
a fro going on, so I was like, yeah, I'll cut it. And
See, so
she didn't lose her hair, so
You understand that type of feel, like
yeah, I was like, oh,
You're
I
like-
love my hair. I love my hair.
Yeah.
It looked like a little afro.
it's like hair can always come back, but that
Yeah.
person can't ever come back.
Mhm.
So honestly, the day I shaved my head, I felt more like a woman. Yes, I was like, people were, say I look like a dude, or guys would see me in public, they didn't know who I was, and they would be like, is that a guy or a girl? And
Ah.
I'm like,
Again, prejudgment.
No,
So if they would have
exactly.
known the story, they could probably relate or feel a little sympathetic.
yeah.
But no, people don't. They just jump to conclusions. It's so freaking.
Yeah, and see,
pisses me
that
off.
stuff wouldn't make me mad because they said about me, but the thing that would cross my mind was this is exactly what my aunts were scared of. So I would get angry, but for my aunts, because I'd be like, you just made fun of my aunt.
Yeah, definitely. See, there's always such a bigger, deeper message
Yeah.
behind things if people just were to take the time.
Yeah, and no, none of them really do. And see, like, Roswell has that mindset, but see, that's why I like running into the people that have the same mindset as me, because I'm just like, let me save you from these people that are small-minded.
Mhm.
And then, like, the girls I hang out with now, like, they'll tell me, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so happy we met. Like, they're starting to find themselves. Like,
Right.
one's amazing at poetry, so because of that, I'm pushing her and pushing the girls. We're gonna go to slam poetry night, and we're gonna try it. I've never done it, but we're gonna do it. Just
let us know so we can be
freaking
sit there and
go!
watch it. Yeah,
It's
we
in
go.
Colorado. You guys have to
Yeah,
go.
Let us
that's our
Let
spot
us
right
know.
there.
Let's
We
go.
freaking love Colorado.
Yeah,
we
we
went
know.
twice this year
I've
already.
never been.
Shit's
Really?
crazy.
Never been.
Let
My-
us know. We'll go watch y'all do y'all's poems.
Do it.
Crazy.
Shit.
If you
Might
guys
even do it.
write y'all's
Yeah.
own, like, I'm so serious, write your
Oh
own.
shit! Alright,
Let
fuck
me
it.
I've
Fuck
never
it.
done it, and
I've
I'm
not
gonna go
done
up
it
there and
either.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm
That would
down.
be kind of dope.
I'm so serious, because, like, even if it's not good, you still have the group of table that's gonna be like, you still did it, and of
That's
course
true.
we're gonna
That's-
party after it.
Sounds good to me. I'm down. I'm
Yeah.
down with that more than the go shit. Let's go.
Okay, how about we do slam poetry, and then the next day we go to the
Yeah, I think that's a good little segue right there.
There
That'd
you
be
go.
cool.
Pre-game, have a good night before bad night.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, sorry, I don't want the bad night.
The bad night's gonna be a phone, man. We go. Fuck.
I'm okay
Just
with the
read
whole.
the ghost your poem and be like, I read this last slam poetry night.
I don't have that fear either of like stage fright.
No, I don't think I do.
I'm pretty cool. I think this has probably helped a lot too. Like,
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's not live where people aren't standing in the stages or.
It's
whatever.
just like
we've had
you
guests.
flow.
Yeah, I
I think I
think
guessed it right there watching this, so it wasn't like.
because at the beginning, I think it was like that first initial few minutes, and it was like like kind of nervous.
Yeah.
But after
I was-
25 videos,
Yeah, I was more
it's-
nervous of what I was gonna say, like come off as like arrogant or anything,
Yeah.
like something like that. So I was always scared of saying some dumb shit, but I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I
because
feel.
also too, like, if you're gonna do this stuff, you can't fake to your audience. You have to be who you are. Because, like, if you're gonna talk and stuff, be who you're gonna be outside the video.
Well, that's kind of the thing is, it's hard to kind of keep up an act for so many. You know what I mean? Even if that were something that we were
Yeah,
trying to do, it's
exactly.
like that's a lot of
Acting.
prepping and acting that I'm not trying to do.
If I'm taking that much, I might as well go to acting school and try
Yeah.
to be rich for that point.
I don't even think that ever even crossed our minds. We just kind of did it and been doing it.
Yeah, we just kind of winged it when we were asking questions. We don't really prep
Yeah.
or anything, really. It's just, we
Yeah.
See, everyone kept telling me, they're like, why don't you write down, like, what you're gonna do? And I was like, to be honest, the best stuff I've ever done it was not even planned. It just happened. I was like, those are the best moments you can capture because it was just there.
Yeah, I 100%
So we
agree.
kind of roll with it most of the
Yeah.
time.
I'm
That's
like-
all the time, actually.
You write it out.
Yeah,
Okay,
'cause
you
it
only
is-
have so much of an area to work with. You don't.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even expect ghosts to get brought up.
Me either.
So when
Trust me, I did.
So when it did, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna run with this. I mean,
Yes.
it's not something that gets. It's been talked about, but not
In
So
depth.
yeah, it's
It was-
never been that far.
It's like, oh, I had a ghost story. One time the ghost touched me.
I'm sure there's been I forgot what I was listening to. I was listening to something where they said that they knew there was a ghost in their bed, so they kind of just like
Spooned it.
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we get lonely.
Yeah, I was just like, well, I mean, that's cool too.
Oh, mine's cute as fuck.
Well, you don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
I don't mind as long as they're attractive.
I'm a little spoon.
That's too funny. No, I mean, I think today's was very awesome. We appreciate you very much.
Thanks.
We'd like to share it's Instagram, right? That you follow us?
Yeah.
We'll share that in the description. You guys go check out her page. You guys follow.
Nice comments only.
Yeah.
I see some fucked up comments, I'm gonna be.
I know most of y'all too.
You can put some bad ones. Who knows? Maybe I'll write that and make that as like
There
a
you go.
special
See,
section.
that's the kind of
Give
shit
me some
I do
ideas.
like. I love when someone can turn someone's bad vibes into good vibes.
Yeah,
that's the best.
That's because like if you focus on the bad forever, you're not gonna have fun.
I 100% agree. We're gonna be friends.
I don't agree.
We're friends after this.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I enjoy that. Other than that, we appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm
Well,
not
And,
I'm very appreciative. That was a U-turn for me. I didn't think ghosts was gonna get brought up.
No, I mean this whole thing. I think the one thing if I could just recap really quick is I just like how you're different and you're good with it.
I think
Yeah.
the positivity is what I like. I like
That's the best
positivity.
part is I just like I said I tip my hat off.
I'm
So.
like, thank you. Sometimes you gotta be the light in the world because it's so dark.
Yeah, that's 100% true. I just said some shit like that to you the other day.
Whatever.
On that note, we're gonna end this episode. We hope you guys liked it. Go like, share, subscribe. Till next time.
We're
Beer
gonna
Bros
sacrifice
out.
him next.
See y'all later. Peace.